Alright, so a really back and forth TvP here. Really back and forth. Against a good player. Gold league with me, but pretty high level. Plays a couple races. Yeah, just really good play back and forth. I don't know what to say. Just like very proud of me for how I handled it. And he was good. He was very good. He did not fuck around. He didn't make any big mistakes. He did a lot of great harassment. So check this out. He starts out by faking a pylon. He did a little head fake where he did a pylon and then went to take out my worker. I knew he was going to take out my worker, so I double attack it, bring the guy back, and then he does an actual pylon. Send my units. He cancels it. Then he does another pylon. Send my units to attack it. He's getting a gateway, so this is all just to fuck with me. So I attack it. Let's back that up real quick. I think I killed it. No, he canceled it. So he's killing my worker time. He's fucking with me all over the place. And I finally get his worker. So he's lost 100 plus 3 cancels, so almost like 175. And he's got a base up, he slowed down my gas. Just a really smart play, and then he goes for a Nexus. So this is like a really interesting way to force me to be defensive, waste my time, my mineraling, to slow down my gas, and yeah, he didn't lose much. Also, it can win if I just don't handle it well. It's really smart starting off play. And he was never going to cannon rush me. He had a gateway, not a forge. So then I get my 3 workers, I get my bunker, and I got my bunker before I got my second command center. I had to. It looked like aggression. I needed a bunker. So, yeah. He gets his command center. I immediately get my command center as soon as is possible. And I send a Reaper out to see what's going on. So, get another barracks. Send the Reaper. Get another barracks. Take a look at what the Reaper's doing. Get an eBay. Start add on my reactor. So like my build got a little wonky, but that's okay. Take a look at what he's got right now. I see nothing there. I see a forge, and I see, was it 2 gateways? 2 gateways. So anyway, yeah. So we'll have 3 gateways. So, but he did take his expansion, so I'm safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another expansion right here in my base. I can't defend this right now. I can't defend this. It's not possible. Can't defend this. Not possible. So get my second orbital.
Add-on complete.
And I don't think he's going to attack right now. So I'm not super worried about that attack. And he's powering up with his gates. So I can then, because he's powering, I don't have to worry about units and getting Marines out of here. I can get 2 tech labs immediately. So bring my workers down. I want to build a turret here. That's my like go-to stop a DT. Keep going, keep going. My 3rd command center is going. Get some units. Now it's time to start thinking about upgrades. I've got some units producing. I've got a 3rd command center. I get +1 attack. I get stem. Good. That's good stuff right there. Got my Reaper hanging out down here. And he is, got his second base going. He's doing some good stuff, but I thwarted his early pressure. It put me a little bit behind, but it didn't stop me from scouting. It didn't get me off my game plan. and it didn't prevent me from getting my third CC, which I'm going to need to stay on par with him economically. So now I take map vision, I get a factory. So Reaper and Marine for map vision, and as you can see, he has no map vision. I get my factory. I see some units coming out here. And he did get that pylon down. Then it dies. And again, building more units. Stim +1 is going. Marauders, Marines, supply depots. Get my add-on. I see units coming, so I pull my guy back. Get another bunker. A little bit further out. And get another bunker. Get defensive, get my combat shield, get my concussive shell, which will slow down his marauders. And I see he's shooting this, so I'm going to try to prevent him from doing that, but I really can't. He's got vision on me. I mean, he's got a range, so I can kind of fire in here a little bit. Wait till the bunkers go down.
Additional supply depots required.
I need to focus on getting my medevacs out. Again, he's pushing in here. I thought he was going to come up the top, so I put my SCVs.
Additional supply depots required.
Keep my units away, be defensive, take my SCVs, send them back to work.
Our SCVs are
And he does a gigantic warp in my main. Look at that. A lot of workers killed. Really nicely done. And then he time warps and starts attacking me here. Really good micro. Like a really good split attack. So I have to basically let that take damage and defend the front. I can't leave the front. So I put all my workers here. I take some damage here. I get my medevacs out. And now that I have medevacs, I'm in a better position. So now, he's attacking here. And I have to defend in two places. So I'm fighting these guys off. I'm fighting these guys. I pull my workers to attack. He time warps them, which is really smart. He's going to get even more workers. So 15 workers killed. 16 workers, 17 workers. He can't fight up here, though, because I've got a better army. And now I can take this army out. But he's got the time warp. Again, I lifted my command center, so I lost refineries and supply depots. And I've lost a lot. He's lost a lot. I'm alive, though. I've still got my CCs. I'm fighting this zealot off. Getting my workers back to... So he did this really nice two-pronged attack. And now here he is again, attacking here again. Nicely done. Comes in here. Does some damage. My units are coming down. Really good. Splitting. Like he just kept pushing me in all directions. But he did lose more than I did. He lost a lot of stalkers. And if you look at what he's building, it's all gateways. He's got this robo, but he doesn't have anything to build out of that robo right now. He's just starting another warp prism. I killed the first warp prism. You can see it's dead, it's not on the map. And I've got a good army now. He's got +1, I've got +1 as well. Army value is a little bit better for me, but I also have medevac, stim. I've got a lot of better upgrades because I've got concussive shell, stim. I wonder if I have combat shields. I don't think I do yet. And so then I need to get my gases back up, get my economy going, all while I'm counterattacking. Because I can't just let all that damage happen. So now I drop in his base as he's running out. Drop in his base. And I want to take out the Robo facility, the pylon, and then theoretically the Nexus. Because this is his tech right here. So that's down. Nexus is down. Down. Get out of there. These guys stay to attack. Yeah, they'll die, but at least all my medevacs get out alive. So, keep my medevacs alive. I spot a third. And I'm not going to drop yet because all my units are really red and damaged. But this whole time I've been producing a lot of units. So I've got some units back at home. And my economy is getting back. I have to swap my workers because I do not have a lot of workers. I took a gigantic hit to my economy. Salvage the bunker. I need all the minerals I can get. I've got 3 more barracks on the way, more supply depots, +1 armor. So I've got kind of everything going. This base has just got a ton of cannons. A lot of defense. So here's my force. Army value equal to his, but again, +1 attack, stim, concussive shell. He's got +1/+1, so upgrades are slightly in my favor if you consider it, but he's got the extra armor, so it kind of evens out. So now I want to engage here. So I'm going to engage, and I'm not going to fight the cannons while I'm fighting the stalkers. See, I bring them in, and then I move them over. Get them out of the way. I do not want to fight the cannons while I'm fighting the stalkers. And I do very good against stalkers. As you can tell, my units are low, but his units are dying. I take out the rest of these stalkers. And his units, he's lost a lot. He's really low. He's got a good harvester count, but his army is really low. His army value is like non-existent. So his army value is really, really low. Then he sends his warp prism across for some more harassment, except I see it and I kill it. Warp prism's down. Really good warp prism harassment. He's constantly got him going. Then I come back in. I've got a better army because I'm now producing off of, what is it? 6 barracks with tech labs and 1 reactor. The economy is in my favor because of all my mules. And I see that army, and I'm just going to pick off units little by little here. I don't want to lose anything, so I'm just going to be really cost efficient. Pick off units, come back. If he wants to engage up that ramp, that's fine with me.
Upgrade complete.
I didn't need to stim there, I realize now. Pick off these units. Now take these guys out. Make sure everybody's attacking. And take out the stalkers. He's got very little army value. I've got a lot of good stalkers. They're all being healed. Yes, some of them are getting low, but I'm just in much better shape than him. Now, I'm going to keep the medevacs back. Take out the Nexus. And this guy can, yeah, do damage, but whatever. Nexus is down. Kill these last couple probes and then get out of there. So damage is done, and my units are really low, and I've got more medevacs coming and more units, so there's no reason to stay and keep engaging. He, on the other hand, has a warp prism coming for more harassment. So you'll see that in a second. Big warp in. Well, not big actually. 4 zealots. And forces me to go home with that force. I mean, he's killed 26 workers off pure harassment. I've gone in and killed bases. So I just got to keep my workers pulled, keep fighting. He actually gets this command center. Incredible. Really well done. Focuses the command center. Gets it. I send in my units up here. Take out the War Prism. War Prism dies. Take my third CC, which was in my main. Send it down to my natural. As I send all my units down there. And I got a counterattack. I'm just kind of curious if these mules make it. Oh, no, they don't make it. No biggie. So here's my counterattacking force. 4,000 to 1,300. I'm going to go for his third again, because I assume his main is mined out, which it is. His natural is going strong, so his third is really where all of his minerals are going to come from. Why didn't he do it? I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so I've got a good force. I take a fourth, which is a third technically, because the other one died. Go out and fight again. Pretty good army. I've got an armory coming down so I can get more upgrades. And I'm just going to take out this base again. I also have hotkeyed my Vikings so that if they're a Colossus, I can move everything out and have my Vikings fighting. Just make sure all my units are attacking at the same time, and that's GG. Really good game, very back and forth. I was very efficient, 10,000 to 20,000, but he did a lot of good damage early, a lot of good harassment early, and I just kept picking off critical structures and preventing him from getting his game plan going. Defending when I had to, taking some massive damage, but not as much as I dealt with counterattacks. Getting more production when you need to, getting new bases when you need to, having an extra base that when your base got taken out you could drop down to keep the economy going. Just a really back and forth game. I'm just kind of curious. I haven't looked at this in a while. I mean, I've added games, but I haven't done a lot of in-depth analysis with it. But it was a good game. I'm curious how it shaped up. So I am blue. So fairly efficient, fairly equal here. He lost a little bit more there, lost a lot more there, and lost more and more and more. So I think what happened is by holding here, those early engagements, I think I allowed myself to stabilize, and then I could just win more and more and more. And you can see the units lost here for him. Here for him. He also didn't spend very well. If you look at his income, he had a better income. I had spikes, gas, better for him. Obviously, when he took out my main, I lost my gas for a bit. If you look at the minerals in the bank and the gas in the bank, he was banking a lot of minerals. He could have done a lot more zealot warp-ins if he got more gates. Could have had much better production. So he could have done better in that regard. Base-wise, we killed each other's bases here and there. That was pretty cool. Resources lost in combat. I mean, this, I think, really tells the story, which is that you know, it was even, and then he lost more and more and more and more. And I think that's because I took out his tech. He never got to Colossi or Templar with Storm, which gives him splash damage, which is what Protoss needs to deal with a Terran bio army. I had my medevacs for healing. I had my upgrades. Yeah, pretty close game. In the end, I pulled away, and it got pretty crazy. But like right up in here was when it was really close. So right up in here. Obviously, right there, it was in his favor. Look at the army values. I mean, right now you see that the army's lost is even, but the army value is higher for him here, higher for him here, higher for him here. finally I took it out. So it was a very strong hold with my bunkers and good scouting. My third was before his. My second base mineral income was before his. I never got a third up. When I had a third, I technically had lost my second. And the third, the real third, the game was over by then. I don't think I had to do any call downs. How much time I was supply blocked? That's a good question. I'm curious how much time I was supply blocked. Oh, there was that midpoint when he killed my SCVs. Yeah. 4 minutes. 72, 73 PM each. Here's where I did much better. He had a lot of unspent resources. I had a lot of units. I created more workers than him, but he killed a shit ton of them. So he had the better army value this whole portion of the game. But I had bunkers here, traded efficiently here, killed his ability to make splash damage, and just took... he did better, but then my mules helped. Upgrades were better for me for this big portion, and then here it didn't really help. It was too late. So this advantage I took and not dying, I think helped me. And this is where he killed a lot of my workers. Right here, it hurt a lot. But I had mules, so it helped. GG.